my students. Welcome to day 2 of our virtual class. So we are continuing with what? Volume of a cuboid. Volume of a cuboid. You already know what volume is. Volume is the measure of space a solid occupies. It's simply the measure of space a solid occupies. So we have a cuboid on the board. You know the formula already. To find the volume of a shape, it is its length times its breadth and its height. So when you multiply these three, you get the volume. Okay, so we have a cuboid on the board. Now you can see that here is the length. 4 is its length. Its breadth is from here to here, which is 3 centimeters, and its height is 2 centimeters. So for you to get the volume of this, it's just 4 times 3 times 2. Then you know that volume is in what? Cubic. So we have, if you are supposed to find the volume, it's 4 times 3 times 2. 4, 3, 12 times 2, we have for 24. What is the unit? Centimeters. What is this? Cube. Cube is for volume, squared is for area. Okay, let's quickly move to the question of the day. You know we are not writing because of time, so take your pen and your paper and write the question down. Okay, so the question says that a box has a square base of side 8 centimeters. Calculate the volume of the box if it is 10 centimeters deep. A box has a square base of side 8 centimeters. Calculate the volume of the box if it is 10 centimeters deep. So if this was supposed to be a square box, this one is not a square box because the sides are not equal. This one is more of a cuboid. It's not a cube. So a cube could have been the square box, okay? But they are saying that the side is what? 8 centimeters. So that means for that particular square box they are talking about, here is 8 and here is 8, right? And because they said its base is 8, 8, 8, 8. So this is a square. And this is the base. So if this is 8, this is 8, this is 8, this is 8. Because it is a square. And all the sides are equal. So this one they are saying the base has 8 centimeters. So all this base has 8 centimeters. And it is 10 centimeters what? Deep. So the height is the depth. So it's 10 centimeters deep. So if you are supposed to find the area, it is simply what? 8. So you write the formula. The formula is length times breadth times height. So the 8 times the 8. And what is the depth or this is deepness? Is what? 10. So our answer is what? 640 centimeter cube. 640 centimeter cube. 640 centimeter cube. Okay, quickly to the next question. A pit with a rectangular floor is 12 meters long. Pay attention to the measurement. A pit with a rectangular floor is 12 meters long, 3 meters wide, and 60 centimeters deep. Find its volume. Find its volume. So it is 12 meters long, which is the length. It is 3 meters wide, which is the breadth. And it is 60 centimeters deep, which is the height. So this is length. This is breadth. And this is height. When you hear deep, that's the height. When you hear deep, that is the height. What do you notice? You have been learning from Form 1 that there is no way you can multiply numbers of different units. It is not done anywhere. you cannot multiply 12 meters with 60 centimeters. It is not done. You have to convert all of them to have the same unit. So since the two of them are in the same unit, then we can easily convert what? 60 centimeters to be what? Meters. And we know that 100 centimeters give us 1 meter. So if we have 60 centimeters, we are finding less, so more will divide. So we have 60 cm all over 100 cm all times 1 meter. So cm cancels cm, 0, 0. What do we have? 0.6 meters. Right. So when we get this, we have converted our 60 centimeters to meters. Now we can multiply. So we have 12 meters times 3 meters times 0.6 meters. What is our answer? Our answer is 21.6 meters cubed. So that is it for two. That is it for this question. Okay. Okay, next question. Okay, so a room, quickly take your pen. Quickly take your pen and write the question. So a room with a rectangular floor is 4 meters high and has a volume of 30 meters cubed. Calculate the area of the floor of the room. So I take the question again. A room with a rectangular floor is 4 meters high and has a volume of 80 meters cubed. Calculate the area of the floor. So we know that volume is what? Volume is length times breadth times height. What is the volume of the floor? It is 80. We have the height, right? Our height is 4 meters. Now, we are left with what? Length times breadth. Now, you see the interesting part of the question. We know that what? Area is equal to what? Length times breadth. So all you have to do is what? Rewrite it as what? 80 is equal to what? Area times what? 4. Because this whole length times breadth represents the area. And you are being asked to find what? The area. So simply, we want area to stand on this one. So we divide through by 4. 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 2. Right? So we have our answer to be what? 20. Is it in meters or centimeters? 20 meters squared. It's area, so it's in squared. Okay. So this is the question under volume. Now, the rest. Okay, so let me take a last question under volume, then we'll do something quickly. Now, pay attention to the question. A cuboid measures 12 centimeters by 8 by 4. If the same space is filled by smaller cubes without leaving gaps, how many cubes of size 2 centimeters are needed? A cuboid measures 12 by 8 by 4. If the same space is filled by smaller cubes without leaving gaps, how many cubes of 12 side centimeters are needed? So you are simply going to find the volume of the cuboid and divide it by the volume of the cube, right? So the volume of the cuboid, so total, so we have it as for total cubes needed is equal to what? Volume of cuboid all over volume of cube. So the cuboid has 12 by 8 by 4. And the square is what? 2 by 2 by 2, right? But they said that it is a cube, so all the sides are what? Equal. So 2 by 2 by 2. When you cancel out, you have 48 cubes needed. So that is the question for you. Now, these are assignments I'm going to be giving to you. I'm not going to solve them. I'm just going to explain to you how to solve it so that it will be easy for you. So I'm just going to pick 2 questions from the assignments I'll be giving you so you can have an idea of what we are doing. So you have to find the area of the following figures on the board or the following shapes. So it's a semicircle, right? 28. Now they say when I give you the question, you see they say all the areas are in centimeters, all lengths are in centimeters, okay? And all curved parts are semicircles. And you are taking pi to be 3 whole number 1 over 7. So this is in the assignment I'm going to give to you, but I'm going to explain the questions, just 3 of them, so that you know what we are doing. You are finding the area, right? But this is a semicircle, so it is what? Half. So you write area of a semicircle. Area of, because there's sometimes I'm doing a shorthand. Area of semicircle is what? Half pi r squared. Then we have half. What is our pi? 3 whole number 1 over 7. What is our radius? Our radius is going to be what? This one is the diameter. I told you, don't be confused. Just because it is a semicircle, so you think this one is the radius. From here to here is the diameter of the semicircle. So you have to find half of 28, which is what? 14. Okay, so your radius is going to be what? 14 times 14. So that is it for this question. Quickly, this question. So you see a question like this in your assignment. Okay. You see a question like this in your assignment. Now the question is telling you that all measurements are in centimeters. Now I know when you see this, you are going to be confused. Okay, because you are going to ask yourself, madam, is this question correct? How can they say that the length from the semicircle all the way through here is 16 centimeters? It is very, very easy. Very, very easy. Now look here. What we are supposed to do is what? We are supposed to find the area of what? The rectangle, and add it to the area of this semicircle and to the area of this semicircle. Or you can find the area of this semicircle and multiply it by 2, and you get this and this. Or if you want to be on the safe side, you find the area of this. So you find area 1, area 2, area 3, and you add it. Okay, now I know you are going to get confused. You are going to ask yourself that it is from here to here that is the 16 centimeters. So how am I going to get from here to here? It is simple. Now, if this is from here to here is the diameter of the circle, now we have to find the radius, right? The radius is what? 7 divided by 2, because radius is diameter over 2. So our radius is what? 3.5. Right? Our radius is 3.5. Now, what you have forgotten is that radius of the semicircle doesn't just start from here to here, but the radius of the semicircle can also start from here to this place. That is the same way. Now, you know that if this place is 7, this place is also 7 centimeters, right? Good. So, if this place from here to here is 7, that means from here to here is what? 3.5. And from here to here is also what? 3.5. So these two together will give us what? The 7 centimeters. That is the same way from here to here is also the radius of the semicircle. So this place is also what? 3.5. Then the same here. This place is also 7 centimeters. So the middle here is 3.5. From here to here is 3.5. From here to here is also 3.5. And another radius is inside. So from here to here is also what? 3.5. Do you get it? So for us to get the 16, do you see what you are going to do? It's going to be what? 3.5 minus 16 minus here to here, which is also what? 3.5. So it's going to be 16 minus 3.5 minus 3.5. Then you can get your length from here to here. Okay, so this is it. I have to explain it to you or else you might not be able to do the assignment. And here too, we already know the radius, right? It's a semicircle, so don't forget. So it is half times pi r squared. So it is half times 22/7 times 3.5 times 3.5. Sorry. So this is how you are going to solve this question. I'm not going to give you the answer. I am just explaining it to you. Okay. So this is just what I want to explain to you for today. So you see this in your assignment and hopefully you are able to do it. Don't forget to add your areas in a situation like this. Okay, so I'll see you all next week, God willing. Bye.